What's good, y'all? It's your boy Tyger. I'm out on 2. Matter of fact, I'm out on 2 again. So nice I decided to do it twice. Started to do this video a little earlier today. Wasn't quite as windy, even though it's still a beautiful San Diego morning, working its way toward the afternoon. Got up mad early, decided to get out on the bike for a little two-wheel therapy, you know, relax a little bit. Beat this light here real quick. But unfortunately, what you tend to learn when you're trying to put together things like this and you overly plan, sometimes you just miss some of the little simple things. And I got out on the road, was riding for a while, hit my little remote I got here, and didn't notice the beeping noise because I was pretty revved up and the exhaust was going. And that beeping noise was to indicate to me that my memory card was not recording. Basically, it was sitting inside of my, it was just seated kind of funny inside of my camera. So the camera actually wasn't recording to it. So I actually spent a good 20 minutes or so riding around having a nice little discussion. And I guess, in all honesty, I was just talking to myself, but not in a good way, you know, recording, just talking to myself like a crazy person. That said, I'll probably get back to that particular subject again later on. What I mainly wanted to just talk about is just some of the equipment that I'm using right now. I really am enjoying all of it, and I'm excited to put out more videos and things as time goes along. Basically what I'm using right now is I have 2 of the Sony AS100Vs. These are awesome cameras. I know a lot of people use the GoPros, and those are great as well. When I started doing my shopping and looking around, I'm a big fan of Sony's products. I like a lot of the stuff that they use. So I kind of looked at those first when I heard that they had an alternative to the GoPro. I wanted to see what they were about. And I picked up, I believe they were the AS30s, the first edition of their cameras, and those were pretty nice. I really liked them. The shape is great for when I wanted to post them in multiple locations on my helmet or on the bike, because they don't deal with as much wind resistance. They also, the video quality turns out really well, but like most action cameras, they do have their issues at night sometimes, especially when you're out doing night rides with other bikes, because, you know, we have the high beams and everything going back and forth. The camera tries to adjust to that light. It tries to give you the best lighting conditions possible, and unfortunately, when you got a bunch of guys riding on bikes, you know, you got these high beams moving in and out. The camera just constantly adjusts the contrast and try to adjust to that, and sometimes you end up with some dark video. That also happens with some of the GoPros as well. I mean, that's not a new thing, but also I'm also still learning the camera as well, so I can't completely blame it on the technology. I also got to kind of take some of that hit myself. I'm still learning the proper settings and everything. Right now I'm using what's called their Pro mode. I really like this mode. It produces a really great quality video. I like the fact that it's not compressed. It gives me a good format. Also, the color settings, I got it set on vivid, which allows you brighter colors. Later on, I may do some more manual color editing, but right now, because I want to produce, you know, some quicker videos that I can just work more on the audio side, this really does what I need it to. I also have a Sony microphone. I don't actually have the name of that mic on me right now, but I'm gonna post it up on the video when I throw this thing up. I just kind of wanted to keep it all with the same brand. That's just my OCD-ness. And it's cool because I like this mic. It's a double-sided, it's a stereo microphone, so it has both the left and right sides on it, where I can kind of rotate it around in my helmet. I don't get as much background noise as what I would have gotten with other cameras. Now, I don't know how it seems right now with you guys while you're listening to it, mainly because, you know, like I said, it is a really windy day today. And then, of course, I'm kind of flying by a little bit. So if you do hear a little bit of wind noise, you know, that may also be just the fact that I have my helmet open, trying to get some breeze into this thing, keep my head from sweating to death. What else am I using here that might be of interest? I'm using the Scholar Rider, the Q9. I really like that headset. It just works out well for me. And with the 2 mics in my helmet, I haven't had any concerns about microphone feedback. You know, I'll talk into both of them at the same time. No problems there. I've done group rides like that. No issues whatsoever. I'm just kind of looking around to see what's going on over here. Oh, it looks like they got some kind of tent event going down. Uh-oh, somebody up here cooking. What's up, kiddo? Yeah, the kids love the bikes. What else am I using that's fun? The ASV 100, got my Scala. Oh yeah. I got the Sony remote. It's a wristband remote. It allows me to manage my cameras, which is pretty nice because I have 2 of them. I usually don't use the second one when I'm doing my blogs. I only use it really for the microphone. So it's actually mounted up on my helmet right now. I'll use that to record all the audio and then some angles that I'm riding in, but you don't see it as much merely because I'm riding in the streets and I got a lot of cars and stuff around me. I don't really want to have, you know, a whole bunch of license plates and stuff posted up in my videos and nothing like that. Don't need that kind of drama. But that said, the mic works out really well. I love the audio quality. The videos have turned out really well. I love this Steadicam option that I get with my Sony camera, which basically allows me to get video that it just has a more stable, clean type view to it. Oh, here's some more graffiti. I'm actually I'm doing double duty right now. Not only am I out riding just to enjoy the ride, but I'm looking for a couple of areas with graffiti and stuff that I can do some photos with the bike. So just spotted one of those down here on I'm actually down on Logan Avenue in Cesar Chavez, which is you know, an area that has a lot of good areas for me to get a shot or 2 of the bike. Oh, the live remote, because I get a lot of questions about this thing whenever they see it. The live remote I really like because I have the 2 cameras. I can switch back and forth between which camera I'm looking at. There's nobody behind me right now. I can switch back and forth between these cameras here on my wrist, and then I can also hit the record button and it'll actually sync both cameras up to record at the same time. Now I only have 2 cameras, but it actually can manage up to 4, which is really sweet because it allows you to not have to worry about time syncing any of these things up. They're automatically done for you that way. And so if you don't have to worry about lining up the time, I can switch back and forth between my views when I'm out doing my recording, even when I'm doing group rides and stuff, and it'll turn out perfect. And I really like that. Anything that'll save you time and energy when you're out there doing recordings, you know, that's a good function for you. Also, I am really looking forward to, I just found out Scala Rider has a new headset coming out, and I'm hoping, you know, I'm trying to save some funds up, put some things aside, because, you know, running a small business and having money seems to not go hand in hand all the time, especially when you have a family. But I'm trying to put some money aside so that I can try to grab up the new Scala Rider headset they got coming out, which looks to do what we've been hearing a lot of, this hope that no matter what brand of headset you have, you'd be able to communicate with everybody. This headset also is going to do that. I know that we've seen some of the others offering this as well. I think Clear has offered this. I'm not sure how many of the other brands have been doing it, but I know even some of the lower models have been trying to do this whole function where you basically, your headset will be able to connect to more than one handset. So basically it's going to treat the other headphone brands like another phone, like a secondary phone. So basically what you'll do is you'll have your headset, you'll connect it to your phone, and then if one of your friends, maybe they don't use Scala, they have, you know, whatever other headset they got out there, they might have an off brand. and we've been seeing more and more of those. You can connect to that like a phone, and basically you'll be able to connect and talk to that one other person. And soon, we hope that eventually it'll get to a point where everybody will be able to connect and talk to everybody else. You know, regardless of what brand you have, you'll just be able to use the one that you like. And I think that really works out because, you know, there's been plenty of rides that I've been on where I can't talk to everybody on the ride because everybody has a different setup. I'm basically over here just getting myself lost, just riding around in circles. I'm enjoying the view. So if you see me slow it down and stopping, that's what's happening. Like I said, everybody's just trying to talk to everybody else, but you can't. And so, you know, we're still relegated back to the hand signals and whatnot, which is fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with any of that. But we're going to get to a point now where I think it's just looking better and better for a chance for everybody to be able to communicate with each other on the ride. And when you can do that, you're just having a whole lot more fun. I also like the slick design of that new thing. And no, I am not getting a check from them, so I'm not like blowing them up or nothing like that because they're sponsored or nothing like that. But hey, if they want to send me a free one, I'll post my address. You know, shoot me something. What else is going on right now? From the company side, we have our One Rider shirt coming out again. For those of you who remember that, we came out with a shirt that basically just says one rider down is one too many. This is probably one of my favorite shirts out of all the designs that we've done. And it sold out quickly. I mean, it was gone. And that's primarily because we use it as a fundraiser. We were helping bring a rider home. I'm very proud that we got an opportunity to be a part of that. The shirt is now going to be re-released. It's coming back in stock as a part of our normal collection. So people who you know just want to pay tribute to their friends who've gone down or who we've lost over time, they get an opportunity to do that. And I don't know, man. It just makes me really happy to be able to do stuff like that. You know, to somehow through our designs just kind of reach out and say what we want to say as riders. So I'm hoping, you know, you guys, if you like that, please go check it out at MotoMilitant.com and grab one of those shirts. Also, before I forget, because I keep forgetting to do this in all my videos, there's a subscribe button. I don't know if you know about this, but there is a subscribe button on YouTube. Please hit it. It helps us, you know, put the word out. It helps us be able to continue to do what we do. If you enjoy these videos, if you enjoy what we're talking about, just go ahead and hit that, man, and show some support, show your love. Definitely jump in the comments and you know, share your thoughts. Tell us what you think about the blog. Tell us what you want to hear about in the videos. You know, if there's a particular subject or topic you want us to talk about, please throw it up there. I'll be glad to look it over. You know, I'm always looking for new subject matter to talk about. But yeah, that's about it, man. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the gear I got. You know, I'm rolling a little older bike. I got the 2000 Yamaha R1. I love this thing, man. It was my first bike. Don't laugh. I love this baby. This thing has been hanging with me for now, what, almost 5 years now. And so I've been having fun with that thing. And whenever I try to add something onto it, man, I'm looking for something that's going to work well with my bike, won't go blowing off or, you know, what have you. Oh yeah. Last thing, I got the ram mount. A lot of people see this thing and look at me kind of crazy, like, yo, what is that? The ram mount is this thing right here that you see in front of my tank. And yes, I know I'm low on gas. So basically it hangs on my triple tree and it holds my phone for me. It's really nice and secure. It doesn't get in the way. I've never had a problem with it. And so it's not expensive at all. I think it's about, let me not lie to y'all, I think it was about $60, which, you know, for what it does, to be able to not have to look all the way down at my tank when I ride is well worth it. So I like that. I'm very happy with it. It definitely it's made my riding a lot easier for me, because when I go out and do rides and I'm leading, I often have my GPS on me, so I want to be able to, you know, just look at and check my locations. Even when I got my headset, my Scholar will broadcast through Bluetooth, you know, the next turn or whatever. But every once in a while, you want to just look and get a quick look and see where you are, see what the next turn coming up is, and that definitely helps me out, so I'm not like staring or searching or what have you. So that said, that is officially it. Again, hit us up on YouTube, also on Instagram at MotoMilitant. You can hit me up personally at Tyger, Tyger 0, the number 0. You can also find us on Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, pretty much anywhere. Just look up MotoMilitant, you can find us. And finally, you can also just hit us up, man. Check out the gear. It's at MotoMilitant.com. Y'all ride safe. Stay on tune. See y'all out on the road.